Marty has been wanting to make it for 30 years, and I think I'm really grateful it took him that long, even though it must have been very painful for him, because it means that I was the person that ultimately got to go on the journey with him. I had heard that he wanted to make the film, turn this book into a film, and I got sent the script, and I was asked if I would audition and meet with him, and I hadn't had an audition for a while, which was really great that he wanted to audition for the role. It was heartening and reassuring because it meant that he was going to do his due diligence and make sure that this was the right fit. I think a bunch of us, or there was a bunch of us that ended up reading for him, and it was in his office in the city, and we read a bunch of scenes, and he was very lighthearted and fun and jovial about it. We were doing these very intense scenes, and a really great actor was reading off camera, Michael Stuhlbarg, who's just this great actor, and it was about 2 or 3 hours. We read a bunch of scenes and talked and with the casting director, and it was really just a wonderful process. And then he asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said, well, I mean, yes. there's no other option. You know, it's a passion project, and it's you don't often get to tell these kinds of stories in cinema. You know, Marty and I would talk extensively. It was mostly about the spiritual themes and about the journey of the character and where he is when and what gets revealed to him when and what he's struggling with. And it became very personal. You know, we would share our own stories in how we related. And I think he was looking for that in the actor that eventually played Father Rodriguez. He wanted someone that struggled with these questions. He wanted someone that cared about similar things, where our kind of plasticity matched up, I suppose. Silence is the story of 2 Jesuit priests in the 1600s from Portugal who are on a mission in Japan to find their old mentor and teacher, Father Ferreira, played by Liam Neeson. And it's a double mission. One is to find their mentor, and the other is to keep the flame of Christianity burning and alight in this country that has outlawed Christianity. The locations were epic unto themselves. The nature the characters find themselves in, and then Dante Ferretti, the production designer, built Macau Harbor in the middle of Taiwan. He built Japanese marketplaces of 1600s. You know, the detail and the research that went into all these things is just unbelievable. And then Rodrigo just shot it so beautifully. Rodrigo Prieto. And yeah, physically it was very demanding. First of all, Adam and myself and Liam, we had to lose a lot of weight to be starving priests in an outlawed Christian Japan. So that was a big physical toll. That's the genius of this film, is that everyone's right and everyone's wrong, and there's no way, there's no one answer, there's no one way, and it's again the how do we live together and how do we fight without killing each other. It's like any relationship, it's like any marriage, it's like any brotherhood or sibling rivalry. It's how do we do this without the destruction of innocent lives, and how do you let me be me and I let you be you, of a film. And it's dealing with themes that are deeply human, and it's unlike anything I think I've ever seen on a cinema screen. I think it's a landmark film for Scorsese, and I think he's transcended himself with this film. And I have never seen a film like this.
Silence. Dal 12 gennaio al cinema.